Listeners beware, you're in for a scare.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to Nightmare on Fear Street, an R.L. Stine podcast. And this week we got, I'd say festive, but I think the best word to put here is not
festering.
Festive. Yeah, festering. That's the word. I'm Zach.
And I'm Meg.
Hi, I'm Henry.
I have my boyfriend with me here. We are recording from my sister's old bedroom in our house in North Carolina. And yeah, it's been a pretty fun time.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Zach, how was your spooky week?
Well, I got home from the airplane, and then my week kind of went both uphill and downhill because I got to go see The Disaster Artist.
Nice.
That was a lot of fun. And then 2 days ago, I got to go see The Last Jedi. So,
oh, nice. No spoilers. We haven't seen it.
Oh, don't worry. I won't spoil anything. I maybe a quick spoiler. There's stars and wars in this episode.
Oh, man. Oh,
Dumbledore
Zach.
dies.
Yeah, Snape kills
Henry.
Dumbledore.
Jeez.
How'd you know?
You guys are ruining it for me.
Looked
Oh
up
my
on Wikipedia. I'm sorry, guys.
Sorry. Kylo Ren's still an edgelord.
Yeah, I've heard he's still as unbearable as ever.
Other than that, I've slowly recovering from a slight minor surgery, so I'm slowly dying inside, but I'm on a speedy recovery. So to fix my love, I read this book, and the pain became less unbearable besides this book.
Yeah, the pain of the book is worse than the pain of your back.
Yeah.
I feel it. I feel it so much. Like, I feel like reading Silent Night just took 50 years off my life.
So, Henry, how was your spooky week?
Yeah, I've had a really lovely week so far. I just flew in yesterday from the UK, and it's a different time zone, but I'm not a great fan of flying. That kind of gave me bad feelings, but those are better now, so it's all okay.
Yeah, you had a good sleep.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So, Henry, what do you do?
Yeah.
I write horror stories and imagine I have various illnesses. Those are sort of my two main hobbies.
The two settings.
Horror and hypochondria.
And, Conjuria? You want to plug
Yeah.
Conjuria,
Oh.
even though it's not out yet?
Yeah, Conjuria, that'll be out in February, God willing. And that's a thriller, so that's a little bit different to my normal spooky monsters and stuff, but normally it's all spooky monsters and things like that. That's what puts bread on the table.
Radical.
Oh, Zach, I should tell you that I found my hat from when I was a little baby, my little, like, going to the beach hat, and it says Radical on it.
Why, you being serious?
Yes.
It does, I've seen
I am
it.
going to tweet pictures.
Find those in the show notes.
Yeah, find
my
those on my
God.
Twitter. I am dead set. Well, my week, after I saw Zach, I stayed at my aunt's house for a little bit, and then I came to North Carolina, and my mom told me to go to the salon and get my hair done before I saw Henry, and completely on impulse, I dyed my hair green.
Yeah, that sounds like a Meg thing to do.
Also, I lost my glasses.
What? How'd you lose your glasses?
I have no idea what happened to them, but I was looking for them this morning, and I cannot find them anywhere. And so I have been avoiding as much as I can looking at things for too long because I don't want to spend all of tomorrow with a migraine.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure your glasses just committed, like, seppuku because of this book.
Oh man, like, yeah, they don't want to help me read
I
this.
hid them to save you.
Yeah, you hit them to save me. You did a good job. Yeah, this book was a slug.
Oh
And,
my God.
It was not a Christmas miracle.
I was praying that Krampus would come down and then just drag my ass to hell. But
I mean, like, yeah,
that'd be too
Krampus
forgiving.
should drag this book to hell because this book is the naughtiest of all the naughties. And its crime is just being bad and being garbage.
And this is the first time we've actually really there's...
Yeah. I mean, we've hated a couple books, but, like, we haven't hated any of them as much as I think we both hate R.L. Stine's Fear Street Super Chiller, Silent Night.
Yeah. Oh my God. So where do you want to start? You just want to start with the picture, or do you just want to,
like
stoke
we
this
gotta
into
talk
the
about this
fire?
cover. All right, so first of all, let's get this right off the bat. Reva Dalby is Audrey Horne, but, like, with the serial numbers filed off. even on the front, she has the same haircut and the same kind of like big 50s turtleneck jumper.
Oh yeah, that Audrey
Horne wears
in Twin Peaks.
Yeah, in Twin Peaks. So just like imagine Audrey from Twin Peaks, but as a redhead.
Let me a second. Let me go find a pen. I gotta make a dot. Oh my God, it's her.
Oh, it's all coming together.
It's like a conspiracy. It's like you fill in the hair all black and stuff, and then you put like a little like beauty mark.
you put like a one of those like cellophane things over it, and you paint it black, and you're just like, my God, you're just like taking it off and putting it back on again. My God.
Oh my God, it's South Park with like the right hand killer. That he like put the hands on like the left side, and like, oh my God, I've cracked the code.
Yes. So anyway, Ginger Audrey Horne is looking at us from behind a mirror, and she's got her hands pressed up against the glass, and she looks all scared, and there's snow falling, and there's like a little Christmas wreath under the mirror, and it says Fear Street, Super Chiller, R.L. Stein, Silent Night, and what's our tagline on the front, because it's real bad?
Happy holidays, you're dead.
Oh, so much thought in the wordplay.
They feel so unrelated.
They do. Happy
totally
holidays,
arbitrary.
you're dead.
Hey Henry, do you want to read the back of this book for us?
Okay, let's do it.
wonderful.
Let's do it.
Welcome to Fear Street. Don't listen to the stories they tell you about Fear Street. Wouldn't you rather explore it yourself? ... And see if its dark terrors and unexplained mysteries are true? You're not afraid, are you? I'm not. Don't open that present. If only Reva Dalby had listened to that warning. But beautiful, cold Reva... How old is she?
She's 15.
They're all, like, in high school.
Hope R.L. Stein didn't write this blurb. But beautiful, cold Reva won't listen to anyone. Reva thinks she can have whatever and whoever she wants. After all, her daddy owns Dalby department stores. Now, someone has some surprises in store for her. Robbery, terror, even murder.
Dun dun dun!
Someone wants to treat Reva to a holiday she'll never forget. Holiday cheer quickly turns to holiday chills for Reva. Someone is stalking her. Someone is trying to get to her. Her money can't help her. No one can. After all, who can you turn to when murder comes gift-wrapped?
Okay, so yeah.
That doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't,
Okay,
no.
so I can condense this into, like, a couple words.
Yeah.
Reva's a big old bitch, and she deserves it.
Yep. She's worse than, who was the cousin that, like, stole the car and wrecked it?
Oh, you're talking about the one from the...
The one from the Halloween book. Who was the cousin? And we were like, oh, Haley.
Haley, yeah.
Oh, Haley. Imagine, okay, R.L. Stein was like, wow, Halloween Night was a great book, but you know what would have made it better? If it was Christmas and if Haley was the protagonist.
And everything about her is awful.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so...
Oh, and it opens up, we're off to a great start because the prologue is a lot of her just like looking at her reflection in the countertop while she's supposed to be working, but she's just like, oh, my hair is so great. I love my hair. It's good. And then she's just like judging the people that come into the store.
My favorite is I forgot that this was like 91. This book takes place. Like the manager has big old shoulder pads.
Oh,
like,
man. She's a working
woman.
woman.
She's a working girl.
She's a working woman. She got those big shoulders. Big business shoulders.
Yeah, and she's like talking about like, oh man, that one's like bleached her face too much, and oh, I would never get caught dead wearing that blouse.
What did she say? Like, and look at the bleach job on the one over there. Or is her hair naturally green? Funny story. At the hairdressers, when they bleached my hair, this is something that not a lot of people know. Just like you can have like pink or blue or green undertones to your skin, you actually have undertones to your hair. Like underneath the color of your hair, the actual hair shaft has a color, and mine are green, which is why green dye never comes out of my hair.
Huh, that's interesting.
Anyway, that's been Hair Chemistry with Meg. Anything to distract from this terrible book. Anyway, yeah, so she's making fun of the customers because that's the only thing that gets her through the day.
No, like she shows up late, she does everything wrong, she's rude to the customers, and no one can fire her because her daddy owns the department store.
I feel like that wouldn't fly today.
No, I'd shit can her in like 10 seconds. Just imagine like all like the complaints from both like the customers and like the employees, because she's awful and she's like, she knows she's awful. And it goes straight up here for here. She has a character arc that is like 2 points on a line.
I know, it's just like bad, more bad. So,
Don't forget, so she decides, I'm gonna, like, freshen myself up, so she, like, unclamps her lipstick, and she starts putting it on her face.
Oh. And then somebody's like, she's like, okay, I gotta read this out, because this is the worst. Riva, I'll take the floor for the while. The Chanel reorder just came in. It's all in the back. In the cases marked Chanel. I'd like you to open them up and stock the display shelves, okay? Gee, I can't, Riva said, not sounding at all apologetic. I just did my nails. She stared hard into the supervisor's eyes, as if challenging her. What? Mrs. Smith's small gray eyes widened with confusion. She didn't seem to believe what she had just heard. I don't want to wreck my nails, Reva repeated, holding up her slender hands, wiggling her fingers to exhibit the deep magenta nails. Sorry, I hate her.
I've not worked with people like this, but I've witnessed people like this before.
I remember when I was in, like, year 7 or year 6. No, it would have been year 7. There was one girl in my class who was a little bit preppy, and, like, we used to go, the school that I was at that time was, like, pretty close to the beach. So on some mornings when we had, like, a PE lesson, the teacher would just, like, get us onto the bus and drive us down to the beach, and we would, instead of doing PE, we would just, like, run around on the beach and swim in the water. And she was trying to get us to jump off the pier, and this one girl was like, miss, I've just waxed my legs, and, the water's gonna be really cold and make my legs sting, and I don't want to do it. But the difference between Reva is supposed to be like 15, 16, and then the girl that said this at the beach was like 12, so, you know.
What's the difference?
Well, you're supposed to grow out of that kind of behavior.
Yeah.
Well, Reva doesn't. She gets progressively
yeah,
worse.
Reva's just a brat who never stopped, who just kept going.
It physically sounds like we're personally attacking her, and yes, that is true.
Yeah,
we're
we are personally
attacking
attacking her. If she was a real person, I would send her mean emails.
I would just be like, Meg, send her mean emails.
Yeah, Henry's going, would you really? You've never sent a mean email in your life, Meg.
Dear Reva, I will have you know that I found your behaviour mighty disagreeable, and would you like you to cease and desist, or I will send another.
And then the second one, it's like a poopy head emoji.
Yeah, poo emoji. It's just a giant poo emoji.
This
is you.
You are not very nice, keeping it 100 emoji.
Yeah. So yeah, Miss Smith is rightfully very, very angry at Reva.
Yeah, and then that's when she uses the makeup, and then all of a sudden she just starts bleeding.
Because somebody put a needle in her lipstick tube.
Oh my god, and it just is like one little prick.
Honestly, you know what I feel like? You know how in, like, a lot of horror movies, they'll have, like, the opening kill character? Or not even just in horror movies, but they do it in, like, police procedurals. They do it on, like, Grimm and Supernatural and stuff like that. You'll have the opening kill person, and they'll go out of their way to make that person really horrible and really dumb, so that, like, when they die, you're like, yes, finally, get to the main character so we can stop spending time with this idiot. Reva's that? But then they pull a twist and they're like, psych, all she gets is a little boo-boo. You have to spend the whole book with her now.
No, that's exactly what I felt like. Like, this prologue is, I think someone, like, poisoned her lipstick or something, and she's gonna drop dead.
Yeah, she deserves worse.
And it's like, oh no, we have to spend the whole book with this woman?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and, okay, we flash back to 2 weeks earlier, and, like, the first thing that she does is break up with her boyfriend for basically no reason.
No, because she broke up with him because he wasn't interesting enough.
Yeah, and then she just leaves him. She just, like, she's driving with him, and then she's just like, get out of my car now, and leaves him, and then drives away, and she's got Silent Night playing on the radio, and she's like, haha, it's gonna be Silent Night for you, Hank.
He was eaten by wolves in the woods that night.
And Reva went to jail for manslaughter.
Would it have been? Because
no,
clearly...
I mean, negligence. I don't know what it is.
I mean, the wolves would have been, like, had a nice food, because apparently the way to describe, like, Hank, he's, like, prime meat.
Oh, he's a beefy boy.
Beefy boy?
He's a beef boy. Henry's giving me, like, a really weird look right now. This is the first time I have ever had somebody sit in on the ridiculous things that I say on this show.
Henry, if you ever want to chime in, you're more than welcome to.
I'm at a loss for words. I normally read very different stories in podcasts that I'm in.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, is that age appropriate to mention that?
I don't
know.
I don't want to corrupt the young minds.
I don't know.
I mean, this book already corrupts the young minds.
Yeah, and this book is one of the... I doubt there's any, 10-year-olds reading Fear Street.
But yeah, my other podcast that I read stories in is called Funny Fetish Fridays, and we read...
Just the worst erotic
online fetish erotica.
It's... Some great hits of that have been A Bored Mistress, Fart Fetish, Fictional Story, Vocaloid in Headless Foot Fun, !
A bus that runs on pee.
A bus that runs on pee, and,
The Boob Fish.
The Boob Fish, which contains the line, well, just as a mermaid is half girl, half fish, the boob fish is half woman, half boob.
So, this is the kind of life I lead.
Yeah, so anyway, but this is
anything's better than this.
Yeah, everything that he has read for the story is just objectively better than having to sit with Reva Dalby. And she, it's like, and they try to make her like...
You mean the one thing that she has of, ethos is, her mom died in a plane crash?
Yeah, and so she's, really close to her dad, and her dad will do anything for her because his wife
princess.
is dead. And I just, you can't... Writers... Stop doing this thing where it's like, this character's bad, but a bad thing happened when they were a kid, so it's all okay.
Cool motive, still douchebag.
Yeah, cool motive, still horrible.
I mean, I guess to be in the defenses, there are some people that take death differently, but this is just she's like a Saw villain.
Yeah, she is, and it's always and then Reva thought, what's the big deal? What's this guy's problem? You, Reva, it's you. You're the problem. You're everyone's problem. Die.
Okay. Then she goes to the mall again, and that's when doesn't she go there early, and that's when Mickey's dad gets fired? Oh,
yeah, and then, Mickey's dad gets fired, and he because he's an alcoholic. Or is that...
Yes.
There's a couple of, alcoholic dads in this book, I think. It's in that respect, it's very Stephen King-y.
This book was written for all three people who asked the hypothetical, what if the main character of Perfect Blue was Regina George?
Even Regina George was more likable than Reva, because Regina George was you could laugh at her.
She was charismatic in a horror.
Because, I don't think I ever knew anybody who was as bad as Reva, but I definitely knew some Regina Georges in my day, so it was easier to laugh at her. And also, recurring bit on this podcast is, okay, Reva, probably the worst protagonist we've ever had to spend a book with on this show, she's a redhead. Once again, we've got to ask the question, R.L. Stine, who hurt you?
Maybe it was actually someone named Reva.
Oh, man. Maybe we're getting to, the root of things. Maybe eventually we'll get to a book that just, details R.L. Stine's horrible relationship with some redheaded woman who broke his heart and stole his money and killed his dog.
I'm sure if we gave a psychologist every single book that R.L. Stine has ever written, I'm pretty sure he could psychoanalyze the entire what's wrong with him. You can see patterns and stuff.
Yeah, he's got his little auteur traits. If we ever get him on the show, my first question is going to be, what's your problem with redheads? Not passing judgment, I'm just saying.
Okay, so then, Mickey's dad gets fired because he's a big old alcoholic, apparently. Mm. He was drinking on the job. And, good old Deva's dad, or Reva, whatever her name is. Is it Reva?
Yeah. Yeah, who cares?
So Reva's dad was like, I had to fire him. He's been in my service for 25 years, but I had to fire him.
Was his last day before retirement.
Yes, he doesn't get his pension.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't she? No.
She's trying to get with Mitch. Or is it?
That's what she knows. So she decides then, I'm going to try to get a new boy toy, so I'm going to get Mitch. But he's already taken by Lisa.
Lisa with 2 S's, which is a wild name. Is that, short for Melissa?
Yeah, I guess it's Lissa, probably.
Yeah.
Probably short for Melissa.
But it's funnier if it's Lisa, because I have a good old joke for this.
Yeah, well, it's like Lisa with a hard S.
Lisa.
Yeah,
Leviosa.
Lisa. Yeah. What if it was spelled with, like, that, what's that German letter that looks like a capital B with a tail, and you're supposed to pronounce it as a double S? What if her name was spelled like that? I shouldn't joke, because I'm pretty sure that's a legitimate name in German.
Sounds like a really sort of, like, stereotypical Italian man trying to get you to rent a car. Would you like the lease on this car? Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry to everyone who had to listen to that impression.
No, it was beautiful. Anyway.
So Reva goes back to... I gotta keep looking at her name.
You said it, Reva, and my first thought is, rev up those fries! And Henry's just slapped himself in the face, because that was the worst thing I've ever said.
So Reva decides to go home and she starts making phone calls to Mitch. And he's like, hey there, hunk. I mean, hi, how you doing? Would you like a summer job?
And then he's like, well, Lisa's right here with me. Womp womp.
Would she like a Christmas job as well? And in her mind's like, no, I don't want to give a job to her. And she's like, hi, yeah, you can have a job too.
When was okay, have we skipped over the part where she, like, walks backward into a mannequin and gets real spooked?
That's later on.
Oh, okay, yeah. We love to talk about R.L. Stein's fake cliffhanger endings on this show. Because they get real tiresome real fast. They're all the same one. Anyway, we'll get to that.
So then, what is it?
Yeah,
so she tells Lisa that she needs to wear her best clothes, so she's gonna be a salesperson.
Yeah, but then in her mind, she's like, ha ha ha, you're just gonna be stocking the shelves in the back. No one's gonna see you.
Ha ha, ha ha ha.
What a
ha, ha,
great
ha.
prank. Oh, Lisa will look so foolish.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So then, Reva's making her way downtown, walking fast.
Fast faces passing, she's homebound.
And then she
Thank you
sees
for that pity laugh.
And then she sees Ross, her, I guess, weird big fat friend.
Yeah. There's always one of those.
The second double S name in this.
Yeah, he likes those S's, R.L. Stein.
And he's like, hey, would you like a job too, as she's driving? Because I guess I don't know what he's doing. He's just being a weirdo. It's like, great, you're going to be a salesperson too. And secretly, you're going to be Santa Claus. Ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha. Get it? Because you're fat.
Oh, what? Really... Excellent. These are such excellent pranks.
Reva is like next level nepotism. Just getting everyone she knows hired.
Yeah, I mean, I guess because her dad owns the store.
I feel like as long as I'm getting paid, an ironic punishment job isn't really that much of an issue.
Yeah.
No, I'd take it. What are you talking about?
I mean,
being
like,
Santa Claus would be cool.
Like, haha, you've got to be Santa. I don't care. I'm being paid.
Yeah, who's the fool here? It's you, because now we have to be together at work, and you hate me.
But don't forget, she gets home, and she gets a call from her cousin Pam.
Oh, and she hates cousin Pam, because cousin Pam is so pretty, and she calls her stuff like Miss Pretty Puss and Miss Sweet as Apple Pie. And she's like, oh, she's so pretty, and she's blonde, but she's poor, and she lives on
Fear Street.
Dun, 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 dun. Lightning crackle.
R.L. Stein's never spoken to a teen girl in his life, has he?
I mean, like, he may have when he was a teenager, but...
For me, in my brain, I don't see R.L. Stein as a teenager. I just saw him as like a 12-year-old kid, and then he just became like a 40-year-old man.
Yeah, he just, like, skipped a huge chunk of his life. That seems reasonable. Like, I don't know. I don't like these ones with, like... I don't like the Fear Street ones as much as I like the Goosebumps, because although sometimes, like, the scares are better, and, like, the writing's a little bit more mature, some of it is just, like, painfully, like, young adult fiction. It's like, I'm gonna dump this guy, and then I'm gonna get with this guy, but his girlfriend is mad, and then this stuff happens, and oh no, my summer job, my car.
Oh no. But who's been framing Burger Joe's?
It's a callback.
It really is like Twin Peaks in the sense that there's like an actual scary plotline coming on, but it's constantly distracted by petty crap on the side that nobody cares about.
Yeah, it's like...
Well, I mean, like, the joke in Twin Peaks is it's supposed to be like a parody on, like...
the soap operas at the time.
Yeah, soap operas.
Yeah, Invitation to Love.
Yeah.
But here it's just awful because she gets to the counter and there's a gift waiting for her.
Oh no. Don't open that present, Reva.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the basket?
Is it murder coming gift wrapped as suggested on the wall?
It's a bottle of blood, Zack.
Oh my god, it's everywhere.
Oh no.
And
it's not monster blood. It's not monster blood, so it does not does not instantly kill Reva when she opens it because it is normal blood and not monster blood.
She doesn't open it, remember? She drops it and it like shatters all over her white blouse.
Oh yeah, that's right. I may have just this was a chore to read, and also I'm not wearing. I lost my glasses yesterday, so I couldn't read this properly.
Oh, I read it. I read it with terrible back pain, so it's just getting pissed off. Then that's when like she goes to the back to like change, and then that's when she sees Lisa. And I just have to read this just because I stopped reading and I laughed my ass off.
Okay, we're ready.
Oh, hi, Lisa. Reva said calmly. What do you want? Her face was crimson, her small hands tightened into fist. Ignore Reva and started only at Mitch. You're kind of busy right now, Reva told Lisa, pushing her hair and straightening her white sweater. She reached out and wiped some lipstick off Mitch's chin. Oh, wait, that's later on. That's when she catches, no, is it? So she goes into change and her dad's like, why don't you just pick something from the store? And she's like, I won't wear those peasant rags.
You work there. Your dad owns it. Don't say that to your dad.
Yeah, she pretty much says like peasant rags.
Dad, you sell garbage clothes for peasants, and I hate you.
Oh my god. And then...
Oh yeah, and then the mannequin pops out.
I was going to say that before he was a department store owner, the dad was a feudal lord. Because who says peasant rags?
Reva does.
Well, obviously he was the biggest earl of the land.
Reva somehow missed death during the French Revolution, and now she's here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he used to be the Earl of Sandwich, the actual restaurant, not the actual Earl. Because then that's when she turns around because it's closing time.
And there's a guy standing behind her, and she's like, "What do you want?" And it's a mannequin. Classic jovial Bob.
Oh my god, it's coming after me.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, it cuts to Pam's point of view in the next chapter.
Yes, and that's when she gets to hang out with her friends Clay and Mickey.
And they go to this... my favorite part of this was when they go to the store. And...
Oh, you mean the 7-Eleven?
Yeah, when they go to the 7-Eleven, and he's like, what is it? We're not punks. And he pulls a knife out.
I'm gonna stab you, put you full of holes, real good.
See?
See? I cut you, man.
Mickey gets real mad that there's no Zagnuts, and what is a Zagnut?
I don't know what a Zagnut is.
Chocolate bar, isn't it?
Yeah, I just know that, like, I know the scene in Beetlejuice where he puts his hand up out of the model and he's holding a Zagnut bar and he uses it to lure the fly over. And he's like, oh, come get the Zagnut. I thought that was, like, a fake brand of chocolate they invented for the movie. Because I've never seen one in a store. Must be
I don't even know what that is.
Maybe they don't make them anymore. Maybe
it's like a Midwestern type of candy.
Oh, wait, no, look, Zagnuts. Who eats Zagnuts, Pam asked. They don't even make them anymore, Clay said.
Oh, okay, that is an answer. I mean, see, Beetlejuice was 1989?
Yeah, it was... No, it was...
No, wait, no, that was Batman.
Yeah, it was before Batman. It was like
1987.
Yeah, it was 87.
I get my Tim Burton movies mixed up. But then that's when, like, they go to the cash register because, Clay got some cookies and, like, some chips.
And the guy asks them all to, like...
Empty their pockets?
Empty their pockets. Yeah, Pam's trying to save them. And then we get the amazing line, empty your pockets now, or I'll call the cops. I'm not gonna have you punks stealing from the store. Come on, man, Mickey said to Clay, his eyes suddenly wide with fear. Let's just go. He pulled up the sleeve of Clay's cotton jacket, but Clay jerked his arm away. I'm not a punk, Clay told the cashier in a low, threatening voice. Eddie, the cashier yelled to the back of the store. Call the police! He hasn't done anything!
He hasn't. He just refuses to empty his pockets, and then they, like, punch the cashier, or Clay punches the cashier in the face.
Jumps across the counter and punches the cashier.
Take him to the principal's office and have him expelled.
In my brain, I was thinking of did you ever watch the video of the kid with the Szechuan sauce? The one that like jumps up
jumps on the
I'm Pickle Rick!
Oh, he pulls his shirt over his head and he's like jumping up and down like a child, and then he gets down and he's like rolling on the floor, and then Naruto runs away.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking of, like Clay like Naruto runs away out of the of the store.
Yeah, Clay is that guy. Clay is just, I hate him. He's bad.
And then they jump into Pam's like crappy car. So they try the engine a couple times, and it finally goes, and they have like the world's slowest police chase.
Amazing.
It's such a weird car chase because the cops are on them the entire time until Clay's like, I have an idea, and he like turns the wheel, and they make like a left turn, and they lose the cops.
Like in this book, the cops take like 1 second to respond.
These are GTA cops.
Yeah, these are GTA cops.
I'd have respected Arrowstar a lot more if he had the guts to just have, like, Mickey pull out a machine gun and just be, like, firing out the back window.
Oh, man.
You'll never take us alive.
Oh, man, I'd watch that.
And then Clay, like, spawns, like, a tank.
Yes.
Just have Reva just be a straight-up supervillain. Have fun with it.
Yeah. But no, we had to be all young adult.
Just make her the queen of crime rather than some 2-bit department store.
Give her actual horns in her head, because she is the devil. Yeah.
And then they somehow lose the cops. Like, oh no, what if they trace your license plate? And Pam's like, oh, my license plate in the back fell off, so they'll never be able to find us.
Pam, honey, no, that's not... I was just watching this thing that was like, it was quite an old video, but it was like... about a guy who drove backwards down Mulholland Drive, like, almost the entire way, and they couldn't book him because he didn't have front license plates, so none of the speed cameras saw what his license plate was.
The perfect crime.
So yeah, that's exactly what happens. They can't just trace the make and model, and that's a very small car, but,
or, like, ask the... cashier what the kids looked like.
Yes, it was them Willis boys.
Yeah.
Oh, I know where they are.
I mean, like, it's like Shady Sides Lynn. It's not like New York City. It's a small town.
And didn't Mickey say Clay's name multiple times?
Yeah, he did. He's like, Clay, let's go, Clay.
How many, like, thuggish kids called Clay are there in this place?
I mean, yeah, and so then... that was a great chapter. That was, like, a very good chapter, but then we are immediately put back into...
But, Meg, you forgot the big twist of it.
Oh, the big twist.
Clay did steal something from the store.
It was the perfect crime.
It was the perfect crime. What did he steal?
He stole...
A Zagnut.
Well, if he did...
He stole the chip dip.
He stole the jalapeno chip dip. Why was that worth it?
Rebel without sauce.
Was that worth dying over? Just imagine, like...
Hey guys, look what I got, he said. He reached into his coat pocket and pulled out a can of jalapeno dip.
That's like, what, 15 cents? Like 30 cents at most?
Not worth it.
He's got like 4 bullet holes where the cops winged him as he was swimming away.
But it was worth it to save $1 on this delicious chip dip.
Maybe I could plug the wounds with the dip.
Yeah, no, like he cauterized, like because you know, like you put it in the microwave, it's like lava hot. He like cauterizes the wounds.
Yes. It's like that scene in Pickle Rick where he's like stapling the pickle to himself from the sandwich.
He's just biting down on a belt while like turkey bastering dip into his bullet wounds.
Oh god. Oh, that's a horrible mental image. Yeah, but then we are, you know, cruelly back with Reva, and she's complaining about the Christmas music.
Yeah, she's complaining because this is before Kelly Clarkson, which is really lame Christmas music.
This is before Mariah Carey's immortal classic "All I Want for Christmas Is You"
and John LaJoie's best Christmas song.
Oh my, yes, obviously.
Well, I mean, the best Christmas song is "The Last Christmas" by Wham, obviously.
Oh, I mean, but they would have had that, but for some reason they're not playing it.
No, because R.L. Stein probably didn't want to get sued.
But,
it's like, George Michael's ever gonna read this?
Yeah, when did we say this before? But it's like, it's a very weird, like, assortment of properties that R.L. Stein references. Like, he sometimes he'll be like, oh yeah, the rap music, but then other times he'll be like, Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
You know, oh my god, you know he makes a reference to that in this book?
Every single time.
Because
it's always Terminator. What is
because
this man's
that's the movie that
Hank...
Because that's what Hank, the movie he wanted to see, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, because this book came out in 91. Take a guess what came out in 1991.
Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Do.
Why is it always Terminator with this man?
I think it's kind of like the Fight Club thing, where they paid for the rights to reference Starbucks, but they're like, oh no, you can't have the Starbucks store blowing up. So they're like, okay, screw it, we'll just put a Starbucks cup in every scene to get our money's worth. R.L. Stone probably bought like the rights to reference Terminator 2 and is like, well, I paid for it. I'm gonna milk every last
I am
drop
going
of
to
this.
reference Terminator in every second book
I'm
that
gonna
I write.
call my firstborn child Terminator 2 Stein.
Terminator 2 Judgment. Terminator 2 is his first name. Judgment Day is his middle name.
And his middle name is
Terminator 2
James
Judgment Day
Cameron.
Stein.
Yes.
He's just like, it's beautiful. James Cameron, son my baby.
Yeah, so then she's making, and then Rob is showing up for his Santa Claus job.
Oh yeah, and then that's when like he gives her that's when Reva gives him the Santa Claus outfit, and that's when Lisa comes by, and she's like, I'm ready for work. Oh yeah, you go into the back.
Oh.
But let me change. Well, you're gonna be docked pay though.
They'll be mortified, Reva thought, grinning from ear to ear. Mortified! Yeah, they're gonna be so mortified at being given work to do.
Oh my god, teenagers
That's so
complaining about work?
embarrassing.
Oh my god.
He's sending her to the stock room, not the salt mines.
What if it is the salt mines and actually back room really it's like the spice mines
and
of
then
Kessel?
she's like, and then it goes, she congratulated herself on her cleverness. You're not clever, Rita, that's not a prank, you just gave two people jobs.
She's like, I did something awful, and now I'm gonna go steal Mitch. And that's when like she takes Mitch to the back room.
Yeah.
And then they start making out. Or Mitch was already working. He was like the only person that was doing his job.
Yeah. Oh.
And she starts like making out with him, and he's like, "What?" It's almost like in the room. It's like, "Hey, what's going on here?"
She is so much like Lisa, honestly, from the room.
Oh my god! You know what the best part about that is? So then Lisa comes in and she sees Reva and Mitch making out, and Reva turns to her and says, "Oh, hi, Lisa."
Oh, hi, Lisa.
Oh, I did not hit her.
You're tearing me apart, Mitch.
Lisa
I did
was
not
right
kiss
there,
him.
and you
I did
said
not.
Mitch.
No, I mean, but like Lisa's saying that because
True.
Mitch is tearing her apart.
That's so true.
Because he's the one cheating in this situation. Lisa's not cheating. The Lisa in this book has done nothing wrong.
Lisa's in the background with her pickaxe, mining the salt, while Reva is just in the foreground, kissing Mitch while maintaining full eye contact with Lisa
Stone
the
cold.
entire time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
no, most definitely. And that's not even the worst part. The worst part is the reason why she's doing it is because Hank got a job as a security clerk, so he's watching through the video cameras, the surveillance.
She's horrible. She's just... Oh. I've never hated a protagonist.
It's like a toss-up. It's like one of those things where we need to have like a poll of is she the worst?
Is she the worst human being, like, objectively?
Like, there's nothing redeeming about her.
Yeah, I mean, there really is.
So she goes home, and it's dark out, and all of a sudden there's a car following her.
Dun dun dun.
And she keeps driving faster and faster and
Run
faster.
her over. That's all I was thinking in this part.
And she gets to her house, and the car stops, and it's the scariest thing ever. An honest driver?
Oh,
my god,
no.
I'm so sorry, I accidentally hit your taillight. Your taillight's out. Here's my insurance card.
When's the part where she, like, sicks her dog on somebody?
Oh, that's Hank. That's when Hank comes by.
Yeah. She's got this, like, Doberman that she's trained to, like, attack when she blows the whistle.
Oh, yeah, no, because then later on, Hank comes by to try to, like, like, hey, I would like to get back together with you. I'm so sorry. And then that's when she's, like, sicks her dog on him.
And he's like, I found the page. Hank cried out, stumbling 2 steps backward. Reva, stop him. Ignoring Hank's cries, Reva moved away, her eyes wide with excitement. So her dog is attacking this guy, and he's saying, get it off me, and she just steps away slowly while staring directly at him.
Reva is just Ramsay Bolton from Game of Thrones. With his hounds.
When is she gonna die? Like...
No, I just like looking like there's like the huge like not wind orchestra like the choir.
She's just gonna like turn Hank into her like castrated slave in like the back room of the.
God. in the back room of the department store.
She's gonna stab her dad and take over the kingdom.
God, take over the store.
And then, like, some indie chain that, like, owned the place before will come up and, like, usurp her, and she'll be eaten by the Doberman.
And Lisa will, like, throw boxes at her until she dies.
I've just written a Game of Thrones AU for this story.
Oh, no. What happens is, like, you know how, like, in some malls they have, like, the little, like, RC, like, pet things they have? Like, they release them onto, like, Lisa, like, lets them go. Yeah. And they start eating, like...
Yeah, it's those Cabbage Patch dolls with the motorized jaws, you know, the ones that had to be recalled because they couldn't stop chewing.
Yeah.
She just covers Reva in those, and they
Lisa was going to walk away, but then she steps back and watches.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. We wrote this beautiful AU.
Yeah, this is what should have happened, R.L. Stine.
It's the George R.R. Martin, R.L. Stine crossover that the people have been waiting for.
Not the one we got, but the one we deserve.
I would love that. It's just like Arya Stark, chills thou thrills.
Chills. I can't even do it.
Why is this a super chiller, by the way? What's the difference?
What is the difference between normal Fear Street and Fear Street Super Chiller?
I think they're just like categories. So these are like different series. Like
I mean, sort of like the Final
Land.
Scream.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I get you.
Oh, and then she goes back the next day, and then that's when like she sees the mannequin in the box.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh my god, it's a dead body," but not really. It's just a mannequin.
Nah, it's always just a mannequin. I hate this.
For someone whose dad works at owns a department store, she's really not used to seeing mannequins, is she?
Yeah, you're right. Maybe it's just because deep down she does feel guilt for being just so awful.
Oh, my dad, he owns the local pool. Oh god, water.
But then it cuts to the B story of Pam and her lame group of friends. It's like, "Hey guys," Clay comes in. "Let's rob the place blind."
The jalapeno dip saga. You know what I just realized? Talking of Game of Thrones, the Rob in this book spelled his name with 2 B's.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What's Reva's last name?
Dalby.
The Dalbys send their regards. He's just stabbed a bunch of times by Reva's dad.
No, in my opinion, so Clay, like, he got his fix off of, like, the jalapeno dip, but now he has to move on to harder, more epic crimes, like, to, like, the scale of, like, the Dark Knight.
Oh, next he's going to use an expired coupon. Something really bad. He's going to jaywalk.
Next thing he's going to steal, queso.
Oh, no!
$500 from the Monopoly set. They'll never know.
So, yeah, the next thing is they're going to do the next big score, like Ocean's 11 type of stuff.
Yes.
They're going to rob the department store
Clay's 4.
Yeah, Clay's 4.
Because Mikey's dad was once a security guard there. He has friends in security. They're going to help him rob him blind.
Yes.
Reva's got to be the only teenager who's ever used the expression boob tubes for TV.
Yeah, she's talking to Hank about how he has to watch the security tapes, and she goes, "Perfect job for you, Hank, watching 12 boob tubes all day long and being paid for it."
So Pam, Clay, and Mickey get into the car at night because Pam's going to be like the getaway car.
Yeah, so she's the
the
driver.
only one that has a getaway car?
Yeah, she's with her, like, plateless Pontiac.
So they head back to the place.
Okay, now, whose boyfriend was Foxy? Because there's a man in this book named Foxy.
Oh, Foxy is, I'm not going to spoil it until the end, but Foxy is Pam's boyfriend, and he had recently got a job at the department store.
What, does everyone work at this bloody department store?
Except for Pam, because don't you remember she called Reva? Like, "Hey, do you have a job?" And she's like, "Nope."
It's sort of like, this is sort of like, you know those towns where there'll be like a coal mine or a factory and everybody and their dad works there?
It's just the lifeblood of the town.
And it's the lifeblood of the town. This department store is that for Shadyside, it seems.
Oh my god. So they get there, and they get inside, and it's like super like eerie quiet, and they start robbing the place. Like, we could take so many tripfuls of...
And this is when Clay's gets his knife.
No, he has a gun.
Oh, yeah. He's got a knife.
Got a gun,
he's got a knife at
stealing...
one point. When they go to, like, case the joint, he's got a knife, and then he comes back later with a gun, I think.
You call that a knife? This is a knife. No, Clay, that's a gun. Oh, right. Oh. You're right. I'm sorry.
You brought a knife to a gunfight.
I see you've played Knifey Gunny before.
Yeah.
So then they start Because remember, the big scores, we have to get all the VCRs first.
Oh man,
that's big money.
because it's the 90s and VCRs are gonna live forever.
So that's when they see the security guard, and that's when Clay pulls out his gun, and then the security officer pulls out his gun, and bang!
They both turn and shoot Reva.
Yeah, and the book is over at the end. Yeah.
So Clay shoots the security guard, and they like run away. Pam and all of them like get outside, and oh no, the car's gone.
Dun-dun-dun.
Just kidding, they weren't looking in the right place. They like turned their head, like, oh, there it is.
I get physically like angry at some, like I get headaches from some of these fake out twists because just like the things, like the backpedaling that R.L. Stine does, where it's just like, we can't find the car. Oh, no, there it is.
Wouldn't it have been so much funny if the car was stolen? They were like, oh, so that's what that feels like. This sucks.
Yeah.
We'll never rob another
Now we
place
gotta
after
steal
this.
someone else's car and use that.
Then it becomes Grand Theft Auto. They get like a 5-star rating.
Yeah, it's like like an endless chain of car stealing, and it truly does become GTA.
So then the next day finds out that the security guard had been shot and that no one knows who shot them and that $25,000 had been stolen from the safe. But wait a second. Pam, Clay, and Mickey did not steal any money. They only stole they didn't steal anything because they got out of there.
Oh.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey.
Hey, Mickey. Whoop, boy.
So I've just seen a wet sneeze in Rob's face.
What? Where?
That was unpleasant.
What?
Yeah, we're just like scrolling through the book.
No, okay,
wait,
then that's when
This book has so much inner monologue from Reva that it's almost pointless that it's in third person.
Yeah.
Like, you get so much of her mind, it's totally pointless to have this be outside her mind.
Yeah.
See, the problem with this book, though, is there's so much stupid stuff that happens, it's really hard to, like...
and it's so hard to keep track of. It's like, oh no, Lisa caught Mitch with Reva. Oh, Pam and Reva talking on the phone, and then, like, hating each other silently while they're talking on the phone, and Hank, and the dog, and all this... This is...
It hurts my brain.
This is, like... A lot of these Fear Street books, we go into it thinking it's going to be one thing and it ends up being a completely different thing. The back of the book sold us someone's after Reva. Who's trying to get Reva?
But
this
really,
ends up
someone's
just
after
being
Pam.
Like, someone's after Pam and also who robbed the store.
Yeah, because then like Pam starts getting phone calls and it's like, have you checked the children?
The calls are coming from inside the house.
Any other writer would have made this about Pam.
Yeah, but only R.L. Stine was bold enough to make it about the character that nobody likes.
Yeah.
I mean, you read Game of Thrones, you have to read about some crazy kooky characters.
That's true, but at least there's like a million of them, then switches between them.
But yeah, so someone's been calling Pam like, I know what you did last summer.
Yeah, recurring theme, like, we have not done a Fear Street book where somebody doesn't get a spooky phone call.
So Pam and everyone goes back to the mall, and while that's happening, like Mitch and Rob get into a fight.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, teen drama here, insert it there. And they go off to separate ways, and Pam's still freaking out, and she's like, oh no, what's going on? Like, I have to tell someone about these murders.
This book doesn't know what it wants to be.
No, it doesn't know.
Okay, so the problem with this book, it doesn't know what it wants to be, but so Reva is like, I'm not falling for that thing again. Ooh, look, a present. And she opens it up, and it's a big old body.
Oh.
It's almost like the fact that it's Christmas is so tangential.
Yeah, like
and
other
arbitrary to the plot.
like, oh, I want to go see Santa. And like from the little brother. She has a little brother who factors like not at all into the plot. It's just that like it's R.L. Stine. We gotta have a little brother.
So for me, that goes into the like the cabin fever. I want waffles, kid. It's like, I want Santa.
Except I like the waffle kid. Oh, pancakes. I love the pancakes kid. Santa. Please tell me you've seen Santa's sleigh and we just don't just sound insane. Good.
To be fair, they never had that in the film. That was just Phalus's
No,
theory.
but like Goldberg, Santa. It's like a logical step to make if you know about those things. Anyway. And then Reva hears machine guns.
This book would be...
And I was totally expecting the next page to be like, oh, it's this other thing. It's like a bad engine on a car or something. Womp womp. But no, it's actual guns.
Clay's got an Uzi.
No, it's Christmas lights, remember?
Oh.
We
was
made up
Christmas-
a better ending for what it was.
It was like, oh god.
I wish Bill Goldberg would turn up and like suplex Reva into the concrete.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can already see it in my head.
It was the Christmas tree and lights. But she thinks that she gets shot at one point.
If only.
Yeah,
that's
so what, did like a Christmas light cut her and...
No, that was when she still had the blood spilled.
Oh, she still had the blood on her shirt, and that's why... I hate this book.
Why does R.L. Stein just consciously choose to pick the least compelling ending to each possible plot thread?
Because
why could it not be guns?
Why couldn't it be guns? Why couldn't it be like, oh no, Clay got a machine gun?
Like, what's with this continual, like, edging of just giving the reader ridiculous blue balls up until a sad conclusion that's going to be ultimately underwhelming?
Yeah, so, like, Mitch is dead and everyone suspects that it's actually Rob because
they had a fight,
they had a fight and they take him... Actually, the funny part about this book is because Rob's still Santa Claus.
So, yeah, like, imagining all of this, and he's in a Santa Claus costume the whole time.
Thing was, Rob wanted to be king of the North Pole, and basically Mitch didn't... He sort of disputed his claim to the throne. He saw himself as the true king of the North Pole, and then in the argument he had to execute him for honor.
It's Game of Thrones, but like you replace the Iron Throne with like the chair at like a Santa's grotto at the mall.
Yeah, it's all made out of candy canes.
Yeah, it's all made out of candy canes.
I already can see it in my head. It's just ho 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 ho. Actually, wait.
It's like it's the Game of Thrones song played with jingle bells.
There's like the ho ho at the back. There's like Santa, Santa,
Santa.
Like when it opens up, you see actually George R. R. Martin is dressed as Santa Claus.
Oh man, that would be.
You get like on the map like the department store rising on one side,
with like
Fear Street
there's the
rising on
Sephora,
another.
there's the Cinnabon, there's the
like the Santa's grotto rises, but like
yes.
Rob's flag is on it instead of normal.
Oh my god.
like little Hank's house has like a big X over it because Clay shot it.
Oh my god! And underneath them all is just a shit ton of dragon fire.
Yeah.
Yes,
we're just writing a more interesting book because
like,
there's nothing here.
There is nothing here.
Reva is she's half like Ramsay Bolton and half just like Cersei because she's just really unbearable to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they look at the security tapes and they realize that the Santa that was being Santa when apparently Mitch was being killed turned out to not be the Santa that Rob was Santa.
Oh no, Mystery Santa.
So clearly Santa... So clearly Rob Santa isn't the right Santa.
Too many Santas, too many
Santas. It takes a lot
really hard to keep track of
a gift.
Especially when it's a dead body.
Especially when they're Jewish.
What? He can make that joke, he's Jewish.
I'm crying.
Does Fear Street have a Hanukkah book?
I hope it does.
I mean, like...
R.L. Stein's Jewish.
R.L. Stein is Jewish, yeah. So, like, why wouldn't he have written a Hanukkah book?
Oh, no, he's Christian.
I thought he was Jewish.
Of course he's Jewish.
Well, he was raised Jewish, at least. I think his Wikipedia
he's Jewish.
says
You're just assuming that his last...
Oh, you were joking. Oh, you were joking. Okay.
Like, you just have to assume because his last name's Stein?
No, I wouldn't have assumed that. His Wikipedia page does say that he's Jewish.
Yeah, so they take him into custody. Yeah. And then that's when...
There's a part where Clay and Pam and the other guy... Other one. Is it Mickey? Yeah, Mickey's still alive. Mitch is the one that's dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mickey, Clay, and Pam are all talking, and Pam is like, I'm so nervous, guys, we're gonna go to jail. And Clay's like, but it was so cool when we robbed all that stuff. Clay...
Oh yeah, no, it was the coolest.
Wasn't it so badass when I had that dip?
Yeah, what is it like? Would we almost died because I wanted some jalapeno dip and I didn't want to pay for it?
I love these different guys who are like at the prison table. What are you in for? I ate a baby. What are you in for? I stole some dip from the department store. And then guy edges away from him.
Yeah, exactly.
What kind of dip was it?
Jalapeno.
Jalapeno. How do you sleep at night? From Peter the puppy stabber.
And then they have to put Clay into solitary confinement to keep him away from the others.
He's got
Because they all want to kill him.
He's got a Hannibal Lecter mask on to stop him from
eating the dip, from stealing all the dip from the other prisoners.
Okay, we're writing such a better book than this one.
He's just got a dip IV going down into his wrist.
Yeah.
This wasn't supposed to happen. That should have been the blurb of the book. Chapter 16
is called "This Wasn't Supposed to Happen." That should be the title of the book.
So then that's when Pam, Clay, and I'm trying to remember they started
Pam, Clay, and Mickey.
A Fear Street super chiller. This wasn't supposed to happen. Merry Christmas. You're bored.
No, I'm just trying. I can't remember. So for some reason, Pam, Clay, and Mickey go back to the mall.
Yeah, they go back to the mall because they want to rub it again because they've gotten that sweet taste of danger.
And dip.
I can't remember they follow me and we'll search for clues. I can solve this mystery in no time. And they get there and it turned out to be Mickey's dad.
Oh no!
The terrible alcoholic. I thought of the alcoholic from Fateful Findings and how they never say it.
Oh man, yes! Can I have some wine, please? Knocks over all the glasses at once and then just shrugs.
We don't need Santa Claus, man.
We don't need Santa Claus, man.
Ricky. Totally different guy.
So Riva is why? How did you do this? Why did you do this? And he wanted all the money to buy more booze because he has a terrible problem.
Of course.
I love the idea of nothing on the back of me wait, how did we do this? You got me there. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
No. The part that makes most sense is that then Mickey's dad decides to run at Riva, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm gonna do the sensible thing and walk 3 inches to the right." And Mickey's dad falls off the balcony and lands on the tree, and then that's when the tree explodes.
Die Hard style.
And then I'm just sitting there, Riva's I can't get you out of this one, Mickey's dad.
I can't believe you jumped off the balcony onto the tree.
The frustrating thing is, this one is called Silent Night, but a villain dying on a Christmas tree was the ending of the remake of Black Christmas. So it's a completely different Christmas horror movie.
Oh, also, I've got to say, I feel cheated
I was
because
expecting the Santa was going to be the one that do it. And
yeah, I feel cheated because at no point in this book does anybody say Garbage Day.
No.
Garbage Day.
No.
Clack, clack. No, but we do have that Santa was arrested in front of all the kids instead of waiting till he's on his break to arrest him.
Just like in the movie Christmas Horror Story.
It's played by Billy Bob Thornton. He's just getting bundled in the back of the police car.
Ugh.
Do drugs, kids. As the doors closed on him.
I just imagine that set of seeing Santa Claus getting arrested in front of a bunch of kids and they pull off his beard too. What would be worse, traumatizing these kids or bringing Santa Claus to justice?
He's been producing counterfeit toys in his Poland? North Pole sweatshop for too long.
I cannot take credit for that. I stole it from the amazingly, criminally underrated Christmas horror film Two Front Teeth.
Oh no!
Is Santa in Poland in Two Front Teeth?
No, Klaus Ferratu. It's North Polish for the Tooth Fairy.
Oh damn it!
But remember, this book ends with Pam and Riva becoming best friends, and Riva makes a New Year's resolution. I'm going to be a less horrible person this year because I have feelings now.
And her heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Every part of this book is
and she had to go to the emergency room because it was actually a actual medical problem, and she died on the operating table.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
She went to the emergency room because that needle at the start had hepatitis C.
Yeah, I was just going to say, the needle was poisoned and she died.
No, a terminal... Oh, no, she had a terminal case of lockjaw.
Oh, yeah, because she had got tetanus from the needle.
She got untreated tetanus. She couldn't eat anymore.
Oh, my God. So, what are your guys' thoughts on this book?
This was, the opposite of a Christmas present. This was getting coal in the stocking and getting hit with a switch by Krampus and then being dragged to hell.
I mean, that would have been more pleasant, though.
What was it called? Silent Night?
Because
guess what? There's more Silent Night books. This is only the first one in a series.
Please don't make me read the other ones, Zach.
Is Riva nicer in the next one?
I don't know.
Please don't make me read the other ones. At least not until next Christmas. Stop.
Do we all need to like hanker-panker around like a Christmas tree and sing what the Whovilles sing?
I don't know the lyrics to that song because they're just nonsense words. But anyway, so Zach, do you have like a Christmas joke from Jovial Bob's book of jokes?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Howl.
Howl who?
Howl, we know you're not a werewolf.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I guess. How?
It works.
Oh, how we know you're not a werewolf? Like,
it's really stretching.
How will we know you're not a werewolf? Oh, I get it.
I get it. Ha 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 ha.
Ha ha ha. Good one, Jovial Bob.
So this week we actually put out a listener question, and it is, what is everyone's favorite holiday movie? Why don't we all go around first? Because Henry, you're a guest. What is your favorite holiday movie of all time?
No, I was really hoping I wouldn't be asked first. I think I've got a really soft spot for, I know it's kind of lame, but the Jim Carrey Grinch. But I'm also a big fan of Elf.
Yeah.
See, for me, I just rewatched How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and I'm like, wow, this new, the Han Solo movie looks so good.
Why is Jim Carrey going to be in that?
No, because when they fired the first directors, they said it was like a Jim Carrey movie, and they got Ron Howard, who directed that movie, to be.
Oh, okay. Oh,
the person
I get it. Oh, that was a deep cut, Zach. Wow.
Ha 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 ha.
Anyway, what's your favorite holiday movie, Zach?
I have like a very soft spot for really like shit-tastic animation, so I have to say my favorite Christmas movie of all time is The Christmas Tree.
Oh my god. Oh, that's that one. That really terrible one. And that one, the really terrible one with like the orphans, and they're all like 80-yard really badly, and they have that like.
They all blink simultaneously.
Yeah, and the woman's what's the woman's name? Mrs. Mavilda.
Mavilda,
and they have and then the dog, and then the ending is, and then Mrs. Mavilda became good because you always win if you're good. The end.
No, wait, okay, this movie's just all terrible animation.
It's so
and there is a
bad.
part in the movie where Mrs. Mavilda like has a chance to gonna tear down their Halloween tree, and all of a sudden God comes out of nowhere and hits her with lightning.
That was so. I remember that part, and I'm going to tell you my favorite holiday movies. Probably, unironically, The Muppet Christmas Carol, because I've basically been watching that one every year on Christmas since I was born, since it came out in 1993. And I love all of the songs, and I think Michael Caine was a great Scrooge. And ironically, my new favorite is Two Front Teeth, which I streamed with my friends Sean and Nicole Goodnight, who is one of the actresses from No Sleep, who's also friends with me and Henry. We streamed it on TogetherTube the other day, and we were all just like screaming. It's a very, very low budget Christmas horror movie that just piles on all of the Christmas cheese that it can fit into it. Like, the main characters' names are Gabriel and Noel Snow, and there's basically like a vampire Santa and his elf minions, and Henry. I don't even know if that got on the microphone. I hope it did.
I can hear it.
Yeah. So and they have to take Rudolph's nose because Rudolph was killed in a plane crash, and they have this animated flashback that I put up on my Facebook, and I'll have to tweet it as well, but like a screen cap from it, and we were all like crying tears with laughter at that part because it was so funny. And then these like ninja nuns called the Silent Knights, which they should have been the stars of this book.
Yes, they should have killed Reva.
Yeah, and it's a great film, available for free on YouTube. Please watch it. It's criminally underrated. And of course, Krampus. That's my other favorite. Krampus is a new addition. That one I like both as an ironic, like, funny Christmas movie and as like an honestly good holiday special.
Well, then can I put Die Hard in that mix because I watch Die Hard every year?
No!
Yes!
God, I am so sick of people saying that Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie. It's set in
People
Christmas.
like stereotypically said like that's the way to find out if someone is straight. Like, what's your favorite Christmas movie? And if they say Die Hard, you're like, Yeah, probably a straight dude.
Yeah, that's how you find out who's like the bro in your life. I'm sorry, Zach, that means you're a bro.
Bro.
You gotta start wearing pop collars now.
Oh, bro.
Pop collars? Okay.
Anyway, so Zach, what's the book for next week?
We have some people that put it in the tweet.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Duh.
So we have a few people that tweeted at us. So we have from Jude Toluca.
Jude DeLuca, friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Jude the dude, let's call him that.
So we have Grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
That one's pretty funny.
We also have from Taylor missed elf practice. Any of the Rankin Bass stop motion special effects, they are a special place in my heart. From Chris of the Mad Scientist podcast, another friend of the show.
Cogswell.
Okay, obviously one, Nightmare Before Christmas, but Home Alone 1 and 2 have a special place in my heart around this year. Yes. And of course, my favorite holiday classic, Jingle All the Way.
Oh, put that cookie down now!
Down!
Yeah!
Tillerman!
I love how we all did that at the same time.
From B. Kelly, B, another friend of our show. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is a good one for a laugh, but It's a Wonderful Life never fails to make me cry in a good way.
Aw.
From Graveyard Tales, The First Lethal Weapon.
I haven't seen it. I cannot confirm if that's
I've never
a Christmas
seen
movie.
Lethal Weapon. I assume it is. And then from Amateur 13, Gremlins.
Oh, yes.
Love a bit of Gremlins.
Love a bit of Gremlins.
I guess we got one more, actually, that just came out.
And then I have a special
from
Christmas
Hannah,
announcement.
Die Hard.
Okay, so 2 votes for Die Hard. Die Hard can be a Christmas movie.
Yay!
Yeah, so anyway, I have a special Christmas announcement.
Ooh, what's your special Christmas announcement?
Is it December 23rd that it's coming out?
Yes.
Yeah, on December 23rd, both Henry and I are going to have stories on the No Sleep podcast.
Their Christmas special.
Their Christmas special. I'm not going to tell you which one is mine because you'll probably figure it out. I did use a pen name, but it's not like a very secret one.
Yeah.
You'll probably know which one's mine. But I'm not going to say straight away. And Henry, do you want to say straight away, or do you want to leave it a surprise?
I mean, mine literally has my name on it.
Yeah, yours has your name on it, but like...
But, yeah, I won't give too much away, but it is probably the darkest thing I've ever written, because it literally had to be toned down to be allowed on the horror podcast.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the podcast that featured the story the story about the guy, people getting tortured in his house. That story was allowed on unedited. So, this is the podcast that allowed Feed the Pig to be read. Henry's story is too dark. So, you're in for a trip, guys. And
I also have a special announcement.
Ooh!
So we're going to be doing our very first Nightmare on Fear Street live show. So that's going to be at Anime LA. That's going to be 2018. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's in January.
And unfortunately, I cannot go because it didn't line up with this trip that I'm on now.
And unfortunately.
Yeah, I have to go back home to finish my portfolio application for grad school.
But I'm going to be there. We're going to be doing a live show. We're going to be doing a Give Yourself Goosebumps. So that's going to be on Thursday, January 29th at 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. And it's going to be super amazing. We're going to be doing a Give Yourself Goosebumps. We're going to be having some surprise guests. And I'm going to be giving away a lot of free stuff. So
awesome.
You should check it out.
Zach, what are we reading next week?
Well, to get into the very big Festivus experience that we are living in today, we're going to be reading Young Scrooge, a very scary Christmas story by one R.L. Stein.
So this is his first one where he's tackling a public domain character. This should be very special.
But it's a young boy Scrooge. Is he going to be worse than Reva?
I'm really curious as to how you can have a young boy Scrooge.
He could be a bully.
Yeah.
True, a very miserly bully.
But then it makes
who financially dominates smaller children.
But it makes no sense.
Lunch money.
But it makes no sense, like when you have to go back in time to Christmas past. Like, what are you, like a baby? Well,
yeah.
You were so nice as a baby. You weren't a douche then.
The world hadn't ruined you yet.
And then him as an adult, like near death, he's literally the emperor in Star Wars.
Amazing. Yeah.
So, where can they find you, Meg?
You can find me on Twitter at Meg Tuden. That's at MEGTUTEN. And you can also find Nightmare on Fear Street merchandise on my Redbubble page, which is redbubble.com/people/Megan Tuden. That's MEGHANTUTEN. And I'm also sodasodabanana.tumblr.com.
Where can they find you, Henry?
In any good closet or under any good bed. No, I'm on Twitter at Henry_Galley. And yes, that's about it. I have a Tumblr, but you can find that through the Twitter.
Yeah.
And you can find me at Suda41, that's SUDA41. If you want to email the show, you can email us at nightmareonfearstreet@gmail.com. If you want to follow our spooky Patreon, where we have a bunch of discounted stuff like Chip Dip, you can send us money.
You don't have to steal it.
So that's our $1 reward.
It's our $1.
We send you Chip Dip.
Chip Dip. Half eaten, of course, but you'll get the can. And that is Nightmare on Fear Street /patreon.com. And I think that's about it.
All right.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
It was a real pleasure having you on, Henry.
Thank you. It was a joy to be on.
Well, I'm Zach.
I'm Meg.
And I'm Henry.
And stay spooky. Bye.
Bye.